Greetings, welcome to Facts About Everything. I'm your host, James Egan. I'm going to do a comic week. Every day this week, I'm going to talk about a comic book character. The reason why is people always ask me to do films and TV and animals and countries, but the thing that people ask me the most about is comics. The demand of comics is so high that I just can't do one comic a week. It's not enough. The amount of suggestions I've been asked to do, for me to do all the suggestions, would take me up to March of 2019. So because people have demanded so many, I'm just going to do 1 week just to get them out of the way. I also like when people do really obscure characters, like this one, Shang, the Master of Kung Fu. Shang-Chi debuted in Special Marvel Edition number 15 in 1973. He is the greatest Kung Fu fighter in the world. He is also an expert at the Wushu fighting style. He was known as Chinaman, because he's Chinese, but that was a bit racist, so he's also known as the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. His name means the rising and advancing of a spirit. He is an expert with many weapons, including shurikens, a gun staff, which is a medium-sized staff, nunchaku, and a double-edged sword called a jin. How come when I was a kid it was called nunchucks, and nowadays it's always called nunchaku? Seriously, somebody actually answer that. Okay, you look at Shang-Chi, and everyone thinks the same thing. Obviously he's inspired by Bruce Lee, right? But he's not. He's actually based on David Carradine's character in the 1972 TV series, Kung Fu. Most people know David Carradine as Bill in Kill Bill. Also, Shang-Chi was created in 1973, the same year Bruce Lee's film Enter the Dragon was released. This was also the same year as Lee's death. Despite what people believe, Lee wasn't famous outside of Asia while he was alive. Only after he died did his legacy become global. As Bruce Lee became more famous, eventually, Marvel artists incorporated Lee's likeness into Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's nemesis is his own father, Fu Manchu. This character is based on the Fu Manchu novels written by Sax Rohmer. Fu Manchu is one of the most important archetypes of an evil criminal mastermind. He is usually depicted as a mystical Asian emperor with an absurdly long, pointy mustache. He inspired many famous characters, including Dr. No from the James Bond series, Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat, Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China, and another Marvel supervillain, Iron Man's nemesis, the Mandarin. Nowadays, the Fu Manchu character is seen as a racist stereotype to Asians. As a result, Shang-Chi's father does not resemble the way he is often depicted. He usually wears a large helmet that obscures his face. He's been a member of the Secret Avengers, the Marvel Knights, and the Heroes for Hire. Hey, he looks exactly like Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat there. And his dad, Fu Manchu, inspired Shang Tsung, also from Mortal Kombat. Coincidence? Probably. He's also been an agent for the Secret Intelligence Service, also known as MI6. Although he has no superpowers, he can dodge and deflect bullets with his arm bracelets, because that idea has never been done before. Yeah, I don't have a lot for Shang-Chi, because obviously he's not as popular as Thor or Captain America, but people did ask for him, so I'm going to do them, and that's the thing. If you want me to do an obscure character, let me know, and I will do it. I will never say I'm not doing that character because it's not that well known. Another thing I was thinking of doing in the future is that I want to do maybe a top 20 superheroes and top 20 supervillains. I think this might be a good idea, because you might be fascinated by comic book characters, obviously because of the movies, but you don't actually read the comics themselves. So if I did a top 20 best supervillains, and I talk about this character Batman fights called Hush, you obviously don't read comic books, so you would go, oh, I've never heard of him, but he sounds really interesting. Can you do a video about that? Because if you haven't read the comics, then you're only going to say people who've been in the movies. Loads of you have asked for Killer Croc, but only after Suicide Squad came out, because a lot of people didn't know who he was before that. I'll probably do a top 20 TV shows and movies for the same reason, just so I might talk about something that you find interesting, but you didn't know of prior, and then you can say, hey, do a video about that, because it actually sounds quite cool. Let me know if that's something you want to see in the future. Special thanks to these fine people for all their help. Be sure to subscribe to Facts About Everything. Follow me on Twitter for updates on upcoming videos. Check out my Facebook page to let me know what subjects you want me to talk about in the future. Thanks for watching, see you again.